How many of you have ever, in your darkest moments, when your Netflix show has come to an end, screamed, "Why me? Why you? Why did something bad happen to you? Is it like bad luck? Is it karma? Do you deserve it? Do we deserve what we get in life?" I had to start thinking about this question a long time ago, when I was a lot younger, because I was born this big, and a tiny little backbone broke as I fell in Canada snowboarding 3 meters onto my back. And every single dream that I had about what I would become, how cute my little blonde kids with blue eyes and their perfect little dad and our picket fence and our 2-car garage, the Hollywood happy Africa, Walt Disney, handsome husband, hybrid father, the Nike, you can do it. All this crap that they teach us in North America, and they want us to become successful. And I somehow lost that on that cold, gray night, north of Toronto. And as I laid there, I thought, what do I become now? Because there's no successful women in wheelchairs. Right? You have to be hot, you have to be fit, you have to be beautiful, you have to have a great smile, you have to have great tits to be successful as a woman, is what I learned as a Canadian girl watching a lot of American TV. And that was destroying to the soul. And so when I was about 26, my boyfriend, Mohammed, in northern Canada, where it gets minus 45 degrees, says, "You gotta stop ignoring your back, you gotta start fixing your back." And I said, "Okay." Then I break up with you. And I went on a journey. And it took me about 12 years around the world to start addressing the shit that they put in our heads to teach us what is success and what is happiness. And it took me to a lot of different countries. And the one place that all lost, middle-class, privileged white girls go to is... Thank you, India. A land of butter chicken. Has anyone been to India? Hey, I bet you have. I didn't see over here. No? One guy in the back. I can see. Anyone in the back? Yeah, that's it. What are you guys doing? Trying to survive in Barcelona. Trying to survive in Barcelona. My God. India is like the land. Anyone who wants to go to India? Yes! It's like when the world is hopeless and Western world, anyone from the Western world? Yes? Where they give you a pill and say, enjoy the pain for the rest of your life. You're diagnosed, bitch. And you're like, okay, I guess there's no solution. In India, you hear stories about people levitating. You hear stories about the guy, I don't know if you know him, but he hasn't eaten apparently for like 5 years, and they did a study on him and they noticed that he hasn't eaten. They watched him for 5 months with a camera, and this guy like lives off of tea. You know, you hear these stories and the Ayurvedic stories about your future. And so I go to India, and it changes everything, because there nothing is impossible. Anyone know about the placebo effect? Yeah. Miracles happening, things we can't explain. And so this hope that I discovered in India, the land of you hate it or you love it, is what I experience over there. And a guy fixed my back there, a mountain man, when I was 9 years younger. I don't know how old was that? So I just turned 40 3 days ago. I know. Survived to 40. Because my mom told me, if you don't take care of your back, you're going to be in a wheelchair by the time you're 40. And it kind of feels like one of those African, like, black magic things where they're like dooming you to a future that you don't want. And I thought, shit, my whole life, I'm going to turn 40 and I'm going to be a wheelchair. 40 wheelchair. Thank God I'm not. And it's this contrast of this life that they told us that we're supposed to have, and this life that I thought I would have, and this life that is possible because of India. And it's so, like, up here. Like, I can choose whichever way I wanted to look at it. I could have stayed in Canada and had the normal life, probably. And I probably never wanted that. I was a very annoying child. I did not want to reproduce this. I have to take care of this. And so my back helped me realize that I could be what I wanted to be, and I didn't have to follow that, you know, and it created an excuse for me too. Has anyone ever had an excuse for why they haven't achieved something that they think they should have achieved? No? Has your mom ever been disappointed in you because you didn't do what you're supposed to do? Damn those parents who want the best for us. And I guess I stand here after having been fixed in India. Fast forward to now, my back actually is worse than it ever was. So the guy in India never fixed it for good. Because I realized he thought it was going to be a happy ending. And she's 40, she's married, she's got 2 kids, she's so happy. She's going to do the splits. I can actually do the splits, which is just like absolutely amazing for someone of my size. And I actually realized what I wanted to become and what success was. And it's like worldly success, no check, no check, no check, no check, no check. Now you're on a freaking bike. Who needs it when you have beasting, right? Who loves beasting? Exactly. Except for when those little hoodlums scratch out the numbers and you can't scan it anymore, right? There's nothing else to that. And I don't know where the new office is, so I don't know how to go get a physical card, right? See, I am 40. There's not that. What I want to say is I come here sometimes and I want to share a different part of my life with the younger people, because the definition of success literally lives in your brain, right? Mother Teresa, was she successful? Can I see? Yes, Mother Teresa was successful. Yes, great. Because of her nice car? Her hair in the wind. No, because of her corner office? I bet she had great views of the slums. Right? Because of her 2-car garage and her big house and her pool? So most of us, agree that Mother Teresa was successful. And yet, when we define our lives, if you were living in a slum with no car, with no bike, with no corner office, would you consider yourself successful? Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Incarnated. Thomas. And so just as I had to go on a very long, very expensive journey through all my 20s and all my 30s to figure out what success was, it's like it can be easier. Because it's just about taking the shit that Hollywood put in our head, taking it out, looking at it and going like, really? Really? Or are you some old white guy that wants me to buy makeup so I hate myself? Really? You want me to buy a car? Why? Right? And analyzing and then just sticking back in and having a different definition of it. And most of us who live in Barcelona have already done that. That's why I think we all get along so well. Because we're not here for the corner office because there are none. Because we're all English teachers. And I'm here. No, I'm embarrassed about it too. Okay. And that was part of my success, was going to the depth, the lack of success, the traveling around the world, having no job, no boyfriend, no real career, finding out what it really was that made me happy, and then going for it, and teaching English to pay the bills while I went for what I actually wanted to do. And by 40, I got it. It was good. I wish it would have came out like 32. That would have been success. But even if it comes out 40, it's still pretty good, I think. Thank you. Yeah, tell my mom that. And I'll end up that. Tell my mom.